What if the most powerful form of attraction has nothing to do with what you say or how you look? Because the truth is, you're looking in the wrong place. We've been taught that magnetism is about performance, about perfecting an external image, but genuine, lasting allure originates from a place of profound inner quiet. It's not something you do, it's something you are when you are at peace with yourself. When the war inside you ends, a different kind of energy begins to emanate. Magnetism is the echo of a mind at peace, and this is where most people get it completely backwards. They believe they must conquer, impress, and prove their worth. But the secret is rooted in a simple, yet challenging, internal shift. The moment you stop seeking validation is the moment you become a source of it. Your energy is no longer scattered in pursuit of approval. It becomes a focused, radiant field. People don't fall for a performance of confidence. They are drawn to the unshakable reality of it. This isn't about being loud. It's about being so solid in your own existence that your silence becomes more compelling than another's noise. But how do you cultivate that kind of silent authority? It begins with integration, not by hiding your perceived flaws, but by welcoming every part of who you are into the light of your awareness. The energy you once used to suppress your doubts, your fears, your so-called weaknesses, that very energy is transformed into a potent, personal power. A person who has made peace with their shadows doesn't need to project a false image. Their authenticity is their signature. This is the foundation. But what comes next is where the real magic unfolds. Are you ready to understand the language of presence? Presence is the art of occupying space without apology or anxiety. It's the quiet fire of a soul that knows its own worth. You can enter a room and change its atmosphere without uttering a single word, but only if your internal world is aligned and steady. Many attempt to mimic this, to posture and pretend, but their energy feels frantic, searching. True presence is felt. It's a calm intensity that commands attention, not by asking for it, but by naturally holding it. Your stillness carries weight. Your smallest gesture holds meaning. This is the first thing people sense about you, long before you speak. Now, let's talk about emotional attunement. This is the subtle, almost invisible dance of connection. It's not about manipulation or technique. It's about a deep, empathetic listening that goes far beyond words. It's sensing the rhythm of another person, their breath, the subtle shifts in their posture, the hidden meanings in their pauses. A truly compelling person moves with this awareness. They don't force a connection. They allow it to breathe and unfold. They know precisely when to lean in and when to give space. This creates a powerful, unspoken harmony. It's the difference between a conversation and an experience. And this leads us to one of the most misunderstood principles of all, the strategic use of absence. Why does stepping away often draw people closer? Constancy can lead to a kind of emotional blindness. When you are always available, you become part of the background. But a thoughtful, intentional absence sharpens the senses and ignites the imagination. This isn't about playing games. It's about understanding the natural rhythm of all things, the pause in the music, the space in the art. By withdrawing with purpose, you allow others to feel the shape of your presence even when you are not physically there. You give curiosity room to grow. You become a story they tell themselves. Leave before the energy fades, and you will never be forgotten. But how do you translate this inner work into tangible connection? This is where conscious contact becomes a language. A touch, when delivered with full presence and intention, can communicate more than 1,000 speeches. It's not about frequency. It's about the quality of the connection. A single, deliberate gesture, made at the right moment of mutual openness, can create an echo that lingers in the memory for a lifetime. The skin remembers what the mind may eventually forget. This is how emotion travels without a sound. To master this, you must first master restraint. The power lies not in the action itself, but in the consciousness behind it. Now, here is a critical trap you must avoid at all costs. Repetition is the slow death of fascination. The human spirit is wired for discovery, for the subtle dance between the familiar and the new. When you become predictable, when your emotional responses follow the same worn paths, your magnetic field begins to dim. This doesn't mean changing who you are at your core. It means allowing the many facets of your being to shine at different times. One day, you are warmth and openness. The next, you are depth and mystery. Your essence remains, but your expression breathes. This emotional agility keeps others engaged, awake, and curious about you. You are not a statue to be studied, but a landscape to be explored. Finally, we must speak to the most ancient part of the human psyche. True allure speaks a primal language, one that bypasses the intellect and resonates directly with the nervous system. It's the part of us that remembers the safety of the fire, the pull of the unknown, the authority of calm strength. When your presence carries a grounded, calm intensity, you awaken these ancient archetypes within others. Your gaze, your posture, the rhythm of your voice, these become signals that the body understands instinctively. You are not just a person. You become a symbol of something deeper, something the soul recognizes. This is the ultimate synthesis. Your inner harmony, your conscious presence, your emotional attunement, all fuse into a unique sensory signature. People may not remember your exact words, but they will never forget how you made them feel. You become an experience, a frequency that calls them home. And this leads to the final, most important point of all. The ultimate magnetism is not a pursuit, but a state of being. It is the quiet radiance of a soul that has integrated its light and its shadows, that moves with intention, and that connects with profound awareness. You stop trying to be magnetic and simply become it. Your energy doesn't beg for attention. It resonates with a power that naturally attracts. This is your birthright, not a trick to be learned, but a truth to be embodied. If this perspective resonated with you and provided value, please support this channel by liking this video and exploring more on Winds of Thought. Your engagement helps us continue this journey.